So guys, I had the feeling also, and I got um someone asking me to look at spirit guides talking with me about Cookie, so I want to see if I get advice today for him because he seems awful quiet in the last month. I don't know, last weeks or also. So we're going to see what Spirit is saying. What's going on with our Cookie? I'm not channeling like if they don't want to. I'm just asking Spirit, let's see if we get something. When I pulled the card and I was asking Spirit what is his message for Cookie, so it says, believe in yourself. And I want to ask what is this about? I chose this card, this card came out. What is this believe in yourself, Spirit? When we talk about Cookie. Okay. Oh, he's fighting his shadows, guys. Okay. So it says, you are an I. Use this higher aspect of yourself to redeem your shadow aspects. Wow. So it's about integrating the shadows. So let's see what this is all about. Can you show me, Spirit, what's the advice for Jungkook, for our Cookie? What is the advice right now for Cookie? We take it. Okay, I just take everything. I just take everything what comes out, okay? And I'm going to read it. Going to get a card. Give me a card for this one, universe. Give me a card for this one. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Wow, that looks beautiful. On the bottom of the deck is the breathe card, the meditating card. So, like the going inside card, like the hermit card, that's what he's doing, He's drawing back. That's what he's doing. It's about 11. That's about spiritual, very highly spiritual number. It's like breathing, taking a breath, taking a time out. So that's what he's doing in order to, Spirit is saying he needs to take this time out in order to heal his shadows aspects and to integrate them and to believe in himself. So let's read what is this topic all about. Also, it's called sensuality. Embracing sensuality. Can you see this? Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger. It simply means you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gift for the senses. That's amazing, right? The how do you say this? The synchronicities. You could drop a weight of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you, the taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of what is corduroy? I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab hold of, even if that means you're being sensual. Ooh. So, this is what he's doing right now, He's in hermit mode. That's why he's trying to gift himself. You know what I mean? He's trying to pamper himself, to believe in himself. So it's all about the yang energy. Cookie is very highly yang energy. The yang is the masculine energy. I mean, that's Cook, the first one, the golden magne, the yang energy. So let's see what it's saying. Maturity. I make peace with the thought, with the tough relationships of my past. I probably would have skipped the pain they came with, but I'm grateful for the lesson they brought me. Because of those tough relationships, I can look back at the mosaic of my life and see value in even the most broken pieces. I really dodged a bullet. Wow. Look at this. It's like he's becoming more and more mature in his masculinity, and Spirit is saying he always gave. Look at this. Cookie is a giver. He always is giving. Oh my gosh, isn't that from my fire? Yeah. I think that's still left. I don't know. But it's saying he's going into hermit mode because he is thinking about, all the relationships in his life. And the relationships in his life could be to anyone, with friends, with family, that's just relationships. And he sees, that's what also his song, His Time, is all about. That's what he's doing. He is reflecting. And that's why he is in this hermit mode. He's not showing himself that much because, this is his shadow integrating. How can I put this? It's like he's seeing and he's realizing more and more that he has this important, that he has this important task to cherish people with his masculinity, to be there, to nourish people, to cherish, but he has also a life of his own. And it's about integrating those aspects that are usually very much different. He cannot really have a private life that much. And I think right now, because he has lived so much his idol self, the giving aspects to humanity, to the people around, to his job, he couldn't concentrate on focusing and on his private life and breathe out, and drawing himself back. And I think when this virus happened and, the guys, they had to draw back also, and, they work, of course they work. That's why they work on their album, because they are very hard workers. But they have a lot of more time right now for themselves, which is good, But it's also a time where they reflect more. And I think because Cookie is that young, he's already matured so much in his young age. And can you imagine, he is like his mindset, I believe, I don't know him personally, but I believe his mindset is like 40 years old. Like, we would probably have a very good talk, Cookie. He's very matured. So can you believe being 22 and having a mindset of a 40-year-old? That's very hard to cope with, He has given so much of himself to his job and to army and to everyone that he couldn't keep up with his private life. Of course not. All idols cannot, because that's very hard to keep in balance if you're working and traveling that much, And right now he's taking the time. The time out is made by Spirit, right now, because also of the coronavirus, where everyone is drawing back, and every one of us also is experiencing this. We're breathing out and we're taking ourselves back, and we're realizing what we've been missing out in life, and also we're realizing that time itself is running, and you whatever you're doing is always good to keep a balance in your life. And I think Cookie is realizing that he just couldn't have a balanced life. He gave too much to his work, and that's fine. I mean, that's his job, and his job is being an idol. I mean, that's very important. He's healing army. And so right now, I think he's trying to find the balance again in living his sensuality. This means giving love to himself a lot, giving gifts to his own self, like cherishing his nature in order to find the believing in himself again and coming forward. Because we have the fates here. The fates here, he knows he is born to be the star. This is what he is born for. That's his best self, is being with army. I mean, that's what he was always saying. That's exactly Cookie's energy. The number 17 is also the star card in tarot, and it's adding up to 8, which means infinity, which means spirit, which means universe. So that means he's totally aware that his masculinity and his giving to army is his fate. And he's saying, I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of myself, the right sorts of relationships will appear in my life. And that's what he said a lot of times in his V-Lives. That means I can let go of all of my worries about the future, knowing that my only job is to be happy in this moment. in parentheses, while simultaneously attaining a cosmic level of enlightened awareness and total psychology self-actualization. Ah. So while drawing back and while being on his own right now, he realized that, this being with Army, this job he has is actually his fate. And he said this a lot of time. I think he realized, that's why he is so mature. He realized that before even, guess he's 22. I mean, I don't know any 22-year-old who is this mature and who can talk to you and tell you, well, my job is my fate. My job is being with Army. My fate is being with Army. My fate is healing Army. I mean, who can tell that with 22 that the job you're doing is fated for you? That's your fate and you're loving it. And he can be his best self in his job. Look at all those stars here. That's the synchronicity. It's like he's happy and he's flying. Look at this. It's even he's flying. He's flying when he's with Army. So that means right now he cannot be with us. So he's missing out. And that's why this shadow is coming in. You are an I. Use this higher aspect of yourself to redeem your shadow aspects. It's making him crazy that he cannot be with us. That's his fate. If this is like you telling me, or if I couldn't do this channel anymore, I know this is my fate. My fate is making this channel and talking to the boys, higher selves, and channeling Big T. If if something happens and I cannot do this anymore, I would also feel in this energy, like, you're like, or fall in this energy where you're like, well, if it's my fate and I cannot do it right now because of other circumstances, well, what should I do now? And this is what's happening now. And the universe puts in the stop for him. The universe takes him out, what I mean? Like, he should meditate and he should really believe in himself, even if he's not with us right now and he cannot really be on stage and be happy, because he is his best self when he's on stage, when he's doing his job. That's what he learned. I mean, if you think you're 22 and all your youth you have been on stage, of course it's your fate. Of course you cannot see anything else. And if this is taken away because of outer circumstances in your life, of course you're going crazy, And it's all what he needs to learn right now in this quarantine state lockdown, is that even if he's not with us, he can believe in himself. He can embody his fate, and he can be with Army, even if is not seeing us, even if he doesn't deliver, even if he's not on stage, because he delivers. But he is not seeing this, okay? We know this. We know, and we tell him in tweets, and we tell him every time, but he must see that for himself. He must become this independent person, and that's also gives a lot of sensuality and love to himself. And that's what he's not doing, because he's thinking that right now, because he cannot be with Army, he cannot make what he's fated for, he cannot work on what he's fated for, he's not doing his job properly, okay? And that's what he needs to work on, and that's why he is in hermit mode, okay? That's why he's not talking to us really much, and he's fine, he just has to learn that, even if he's not showing himself every day and he's not delivering on stage, he still delivers. We love him no matter what, and that's what it's hard to grasp, but that's like hard to grasp for every one of our boys, to believe that we love them no matter if they deliver or not. Because it's their job, if you do a job and you have a lot of followers or fans, and you suddenly something happens, you cannot do your job anymore, and then you would also think, why do they love me? I'm not delivering, I'm not working right now, I have to sit in my room, and I can only write music, I can only produce GCF, his films, and he thinks that his fate is only to be on stage and to deliver and to show himself, his masculinity, and to give. And he needs to learn that he needs to give to himself too, and it's okay to draw back, it's okay to meditate and to be for himself for a little while. We still love them, This is what he needs to learn. But it says the gift here, he has to give this gift to himself. You see, this gift is also inside a room. It says, I know how good it feels to get a compliment, so I give that gift to others. That's totally Cook's energy. I find a nice compliment for everyone I interact with today, even if I have to think really hard about it. In parentheses, in which case I can follow up by complimenting myself for solving such a compliment puzzle. Wow, I'm skilled. So Cookie is a person who's always giving. It's very giving. So he needs to learn to give to himself and to believe in himself, okay? So everything what I just said, that's what he needs to learn right now. So let's see what animal spirit is with him. Show me what animal spirit is with Cook right now. And that's what the advice from spirit for him, you know. So there we have the starfish. Can I have one more? Okay. So before we look at this, I want to see the starfish. I mean, he's a star. Open to infinite possibilities. And where we have the fate, the infinity, where was number 11? That's also, we have number 1, the 27, this is the 9, this is singularity, being alone and being okay with that. Okay, so open to infinite possibilities. You know, he needs to see that even if he cannot be with us right now, there are infinite possibilities for him. We love him, and he can reach out in any direction he wants, you know. That's like the starfish and going with the flow. And sometimes in life you cannot control that, you know, you're fated to just stay in the ocean on one spot. And maybe the starfish, you know, that's the starfish is like going with the flow, you know, it's not moving on his own. And that's what I think for Cook is very hard to accept, because he's a young energy. He's really a doer. He does things. He wants to work on things. He wants to do what he's fated for. And right now he has to go with the flow. We all have to go with the flow. And for a lot of people, it's hard to, it's hard to trust in that. And we have the right raven spirit, trust in the magic. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So also Cook might see a lot of 666 numbers. A lot of spirit is giving him a lot of downloads. You see here, this bird is white. That's light energy. The white raven, it's all about light. It's all about magic, that everything is fine. It's all about believing in himself. And that's what spirit is saying, what he needs to do right now. And that's why he's in hermit mode. He's not, and it's fine if he's not coming forward. Please believe that. Please don't think he's not fine. He's just working on himself, accepting that some things he cannot change, you know, some things he cannot control in life, because this is the core meaning of here in this reading. It's him being his best self when he's with us, when he's the star. And right now, since the beginning of, or since February 2020, he sees how they cancel the tour. You know, that's all he wants. That's all he wants, to be with Army. He wants to deliver. He wants to return to us. I mean, that's why they became that big, because they're so humble. And they're not like stars, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm the star, I'm the best. They're not like this. But that's when those shadow sides also appear, because in those times, it's better you are a person like this. You know, and you know what I mean? In those times where you need to go with the flow, it's okay if you believe in yourself, and if you say, well, I'm the star, and I'm okay if I just, you know, if I can't deliver for 4 months to my fans, it's fine, they still love me. But he's not saying this, you know. He's telling himself, oh my gosh, I can't deliver right now. This is driving me crazy. He's not giving the sensuality to himself, and that's what he needs to learn, okay? He needs to learn that he is fated to do this job, and it's fine. We still love him, and we love him so much, but he is so humble. He can't see this love from us, that when he does nothing, we still love him, okay? And that's what he needs to accept. That's why he's in hermit mode. He's not showing himself, that's why, you know? Because he's processing this. Spirit is processing this with him. He needs to learn that. He's very young, guys. He's 22, and he's matured so much already. So guess when you are 22 and you would like mature in this fast pace, that would be hard for everyone. And he's doing so amazingly good. I love him for that. He's doing so amazing. I mean, I've never seen a 22-year-old, except our boys, being like living this fast pace and still being so humble. That's why we love him, and he needs to see that too, okay? And that's why he draw back. He's fine, guys. Don't worry about Cookie, okay? I don't want that you keep worrying because he's not showing himself. You know now why, okay? Spirit is working with him on that. Okay, guys? So I say bye.